Hi, boys and girls. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the story that I read aloud to you, Otto Grows Down. I know it's, like I said, it's one of our favorites at our house. My daughter loves that book. As promised, I came back to now go over with you what we're going to do now that we've read this story. So let's see if I can annotate that a little bit. So remember, we were going to listen for characters and setting and the plot, right? The problem and the solution and all that good stuff. So what I'm going to do, and it's important that you pay attention because I'm going to ask you to do this too, but with a different book, is I'm going to take a piece of paper, any piece of paper will do, and I'm going to fold it in half the hamburger way. Okay? And then I'm going to fold it again. Okay, so I'm going to fold it into fourths, which we did this, something very similar last week for our science. So then when I open it up, I have 4 squares, 4 boxes. Okay? So in each box, I'm going to put some important information about my story. So box number 1 is going to be the title and the author. Okay? And here, obviously, my title was Otto Grows Down. And the author is Michael Sussman. So I'm going to copy that right from the book. Okay. In the second box, we're going to be talking about the characters. Remember, our characters are the people or animals in the story. And our setting. So maybe I'll do about halfway in this box. Okay. So I have 2 choices, or you have 2 choices here. You may draw our pictures to show the characters, or you can just write it out to save us time. And because my pictures are horrible, as you know, I'm just going to list their names. So I'm just going to write characters. Who was in the story? Otto was our main character, and his baby sister, Anna, right? And mom and dad. And there were other characters too, all the kids at the birthday parties, the people that he saw at school, but they weren't main characters. They didn't even tell us all their names. So the characters, just the main ones, meaning the most important ones, right? And then the setting is the where and when the story takes place. Again, you can draw a picture or you can just write it. So the setting in this one, let's see, where were they? I mean, they were everywhere, right? It was just, and it was all through the years. It was not just on one day or one season, right? Because he kept going backwards in time, and he was in all over. But he was just a boy in his house, in his town, in school. So I'm just going to write house, school, and around town. Yeah, that works, right? And the last 2 boxes. One, we're going to do problem. And the next, solution. Okay. So here we can either draw a picture or we can write it. Okay, whatever's easier. So what was the problem in the story? Well, he made a wish and he kept growing down. Time was moving backward and he couldn't fix it. Right? Time was going. Okay. And then the solution. How was the problem solved? It didn't just say it kept going backwards, the end, bye. Right? Stories because most of them have happy endings, right? Whatever the problem is that the characters have, they solve it before the end of the book. Right? So at the end, you usually find at the beginning of the story, that's where you usually find your characters and your setting. In the middle, you're going to hear about your problem. And a lot of times, too, they'll try different solutions before one actually works. Like Otto tried making a wish at every birthday, and it didn't work. And it just, no matter what he did. So the solution at the very, very end, if you remember, the difference in this wish was that he had the rattle. Now, he had the rattle at the beginning of the story when he wished Anna wasn't born, and he had it at the end, right? So the solution was to make the wish with all his heart. While shaking the rattle. So we had a problem, and the problem was fixed. Problem and solution. Okay, so what I want you to do is, so for your independent reading time today, you're going to find somewhere comfy. You're going to find a just right book, and you're going to cozy up and read your story. And as you're reading, just like I just did, I want you to think about the characters, the setting, or the people, the animals that are in the story. The setting is the where and when the story takes place, and the plot, the what happens in the story, right? And especially focusing on what is the problem and what was the solution, how was it solved. Okay, then you're going to take a piece of paper and fold it into 4 pieces, just like I did mine. And you're going to, everything that I did in my pinkish purplish marker, those words you're going to have on your paper too. So you're going to write title, you're going to write author, you're going to write characters, setting, problem, and solution. That's the only thing that's going to be the same on our papers, because you're going to fill in the information with the information from your book. So whatever book that you pick to read today, that's which book you're going to write about. You're going to write what book you read, who the author was. You're going to tell us who the main characters were, who the most important people in the story were. You're going to tell us where the story took place. And you're going to tell us what the big problem was and what the solution was in your story. Okay? I can't wait to hear about the stories that you read. And like I said, you can write or you can draw pictures. Sometimes with the characters, it might be easier to draw pictures of them, or the setting. You can draw a picture, right? If it takes place on a farm, you can draw a farm. Whatever's easier. I'm not picky, right? I just want you thinking about all of these story parts, which we call elements, story elements, parts of a story. Okay, I can't wait to see what you come up with. Good luck.